In the shade of a Bodhi tree, Buddha sat calmly. His disciples gathered around him in quiet reverence. Ananda approached, his face lined with doubt, his voice tremulous. "Master," Ananda said, "why is life full of suffering despite our relentless striving?" Buddha gazed at the young disciple with infinite compassion, his serene expression unwavering. "Ananda," Buddha replied, "imagine a man traveling a path and encountering a fork where two roads diverge." Buddha gestured gently toward the distant horizon, his movements slow yet purposeful. One road appears smooth and inviting, while the other seems rocky, uneven, and challenging to traverse. I closed my eyes, envisioning the ceaseless flow of my thoughts, realizing their power to hinder true understanding. The Buddha gestured toward the nearby lotus pond, its waters calm and reflective under the morning light. To seek liberation, we must first recognize these roots and understand their nature. The disciples leaned closer, captivated by his words, their breaths synchronized with the rhythm of his teachings. There are four noble truths, much like the four cardinal directions guiding a traveler, Buddha continued, his tone deliberate and measured. First, know that life contains suffering, he said, his gaze sweeping across the gathered faces. Buddha continued, his tone soothing yet firm. Life overcomplicates itself when we pursue ease over growth, desire over wisdom, comfort over purpose. Buddha gestured toward the earth, his fingers brushing the ground with reverence. Ananda, simplicity emerges not from denying complexity but from discerning the truths hidden within life's struggles. A faint smile graced Buddha's lips as the disciples leaned closer, captivated by his illuminating words. Imagine a pot filled with water, the surface turbulent, the depths calm and still. So too is the human soul. Buddha's eyes sparkled with kindness as he saw Ananda's contemplative expression shift. How do we quell the turbulence, Master? Ananda asked, his voice barely above a whisper. Buddha folded his hands, a gesture of unity and peace. Quelling turbulence begins by releasing attachments to fleeting desires, fears, and expectations. Simplicity lies in the practice of letting go. Buddha motioned toward a leaf drifting gently on the breeze, its movement effortless and fluid. Master, what is this eightfold path you speak of? Buddha smiled gently, a hint of warmth illuminating his face. The path is simple yet profound, he said, his voice imbued with both gravity and kindness. Buddha continued his teaching, his voice a melodic harmony with the whispers of the grove. Overcomplication arises from resistance, from clinging to that which is impermanent, from longing to control the uncontrollable. Buddha lifted his eyes to the heavens, the stars visible faintly in the daylight's glow. Even the stars do not battle their orbit, they surrender to cosmic law, thriving in simplicity and harmony. Buddha extended his hand toward Ananda, his palm upward, inviting connection and understanding. Ananda, do not fear life's challenges. They are gates through which wisdom flows, rivers through which simplicity emerges. The disciples nodded in unified understanding, their hearts stirred by Buddha's guidance. Ananda took a step closer, his hesitation melting away. Master, Ananda said, what becomes of the man who carries the burdens of both paths upon his shoulders? Buddha smiled gently, his words resonant like ripples across a tranquil lake. Such a man learns neither simplicity nor depth, as his burdens prevent him from walking either road fully. Buddha pointed toward the horizon, his gesture neither forceful nor commanding but imbued with purpose. To simplify life, we must choose with clarity and release what no longer serves our journey. The grove remained quiet but alive, filled with the energy of understanding dawning among the disciples. Buddha inhaled deeply, the air infused with the scent of blossoming flowers. Ananda, release fear of making the wrong choice. For fear itself clouds judgment and obscures simplicity's light. Buddha's tone carried strength and calmness, his presence itself a beacon of peace. Life is not a question of perfect answers but of mindful engagement with imperfection and the wisdom it offers. Buddha clasped his hands gently, his gaze welcoming and warm. The practice of mindfulness keeps us rooted in simplicity even when chaos surrounds. Ananda's gaze drifted toward the sky, his spirit uplifted by the profound wisdom Buddha imparted. Master, how do we balance mindfulness with the demands life places upon us? Buddha nodded, acknowledging the complexity of Ananda's query with understanding. Balance arises not through avoidance but through intentional engagement with life's ebb and flow. Through gratitude and detachment, Buddha gestured to the grove's roots, deeply embedded in the soil, nourishing the towering trees above. Like the roots sustain the trees, so too does mindfulness anchor the soul amid life's complexities. Buddha smiled, his expression radiant with timeless wisdom. Buddha's teachings infused the grove with an inexplicable yet tangible energy, a harmony of word and presence. Ananda stepped back, his heart lighter, his burdens less opaque. Master, I now see that simplicity is within reach, not elusive, but requiring attention and acceptance. Buddha's voice resonated like a song, flowing effortlessly from his lips, tender yet strong. Ananda, simplicity begins by acknowledging life's essence, accepting both joy and sorrow as natural, and embracing transient beauty without clinging. Buddha's hand brushed against the budding flowers, their fragility a testament to impermanence itself. Ananda bowed deeply, his spirit awakened by the profound truth revealed in Buddha's teachings. Buddha looked upon the disciples, his gaze spreading warmth and compassion equally among them. Disciples, life's intricacies are but mirrors reflecting inner struggle and resistance. Release them, and embrace simplicity's clarity. Buddha's presence transformed the grove, its tranquility amplified by the resonating wisdom of his words. Ananda walked to his place among the disciples, his heart filled with gratitude and peace. Buddha rested beneath the Bodhi tree, the silent embodiment of wisdom's serenity. The grove thrummed softly as the teachings of Buddha continued to unfold, guiding each soul toward simplicity and understanding. Another day, another farmer arrived at Jetavana, his face etched with sorrow and his hands calloused from relentless toil. Buddha sat in peaceful silence under the shade of the Bodhi tree, observing the farmer with deep compassion. The farmer knelt before Buddha, his voice trembling with despair and frustration. Master, I have worked tirelessly, yet floods and locusts have left my fields barren and my family hungry. The disciples felt a surge of determination, their doubts dissolving like mist before the morning sun. One by one, they bowed their heads, their hearts filled with gratitude and resolve. Master, no one can dictate nature's course or its whims. Buddha folded his hands, his posture radiating serenity and wisdom. Yet you toil as though mastery over nature lies within your grasp, chasing control that was never truly yours. Buddha pointed toward the vast sky, streaked with faint rays of sunlight peeking through gathering clouds. The clouds form and disperse on their own, unconcerned with human wishes or desires for favorable seasons. The farmer lowered his gaze, his heart heavy with the weight of realization. Master, then how can I find peace amidst the chaos that life has thrown upon my path? He asked. Buddha regarded him with a steady, unwavering gaze, his presence itself a balm for restless spirits. Peace arises not from controlling the uncontrollable but from embracing its inevitability with grace and acceptance, Buddha replied. Buddha extended his hand, guiding the farmer's attention toward the flowing river nearby, its currents strong yet harmonious. See how the river flows freely, carving its path without resistance. neither lamenting rocks nor rejoicing smooth waters. The farmer's shoulders relaxed slightly, the metaphor illuminating the futility of his struggle. Buddha continued speaking, his voice blending with the gentle rustling of leaves carried by the breeze. You sow seeds and nurture them with care. Yet nature determines their fate. You must release undue expectations. The farmer listened intently, his mind beginning to absorb Buddha's words as they resonated with his life's hardships. Life becomes overcomplicated when we tether our happiness to outcomes rather than the purity of our actions, Buddha explained. Buddha reached toward a patch of flowers blooming near the grove, their vibrant colors a testament to life's resilience. See how these flowers flourish, neither fearing storms nor longing for sunlight. Acceptance is their simplicity. The farmer sighed deeply, his breath carrying both exhaustion and a nascent sense of understanding. Master, how can I learn to embrace acceptance and detach myself from these burdens I carry? He asked. Buddha lifted his eyes toward the horizon, the view vast and unending, like the possibilities within human hearts. Acceptance is cultivated through mindfulness, through recognizing the impermanence of all things, through anchoring yourself in the present moment, Buddha said. Buddha gestured toward the farmer's plow, worn and weathered from years of use but still functional and steady. Your plow performs its role without complaint, embodying simplicity. Learn from its nature. The farmer nodded slowly, his gaze fixed on the sturdy plow beside him, the symbol of his labor and devotion. Master, do you suggest I abandon my struggles and surrender entirely to life's whims? He asked. Buddha smiled gently, his expression imbued with both tenderness and wisdom. No, dear farmer. Surrender is not avoidance but acceptance without resistance. The art of engaging without attachment to results. Buddha motioned toward the flocks of birds soaring overhead, their flight elegant and free, guided by instinct and harmony. Even the birds navigate their skies without claiming ownership of their paths. Trusting the wind's guidance, the grove remained tranquil, filled with the warmth of Buddha's teachings, each word a ripple across the disciples' hearts. The farmer closed his eyes briefly, his mind processing the profound truths Buddha imparted with clarity and depth. Buddha's voice softened but retained its strength, his teachings as eternal as the stars above. Human beings overcomplicate their lives by seeking mastery over what lies beyond their control, forgetting the simplicity of existence itself. Buddha gestured toward the earth beneath his feet, grounding his wisdom in the fundamental truths of nature and reality. Simple living arises from releasing the need for control and embracing life as it unfolds. The farmer's heart grew lighter as the burdens of expectations and regrets began to fade within his spirit. Buddha spoke further, weaving his words into a tapestry of insight and compassion, addressing the farmer's deepest fears. Your pain stems not from the flood or locusts but from your attachment to an imagined future that did not manifest. Buddha gazed at the farmer, his presence both comforting and transformative, his words resonating deeply with the gathered disciples. Detach from these imaginations and find joy in the purity of effort itself, not its unpredictable outcomes. The farmer's gaze softened, his soul awakening to the profound simplicity Buddha revealed through his teachings. Master, how can I detach from the losses that linger in my heart, clouding my vision of joy? He asked. Buddha reached toward a fallen leaf, fragile yet beautiful, an emblem of impermanence and the transient nature of existence. Detach not by discarding emotion but by holding your experiences lightly, as the leaf holds its journey before returning to earth. Buddha's fingers released the leaf gently, its descent graceful and natural, free of resistance or struggle. Find peace in the ebb and flow, in each beginning and ending. As rivers flow into seas, the farmer bowed deeply before Buddha, his voice trembling but infused with newfound strength. Master, your wisdom restores my spirit. Simplicity seems less elusive and more attainable within my heart. Buddha's smile radiated the warmth of compassion, his presence a guiding light illuminating the farmer's path to clarity. Buddha gestured toward the farmer's barren fields, a symbol of hardship yet also of renewal and potential growth. As you till these lands once more, let acceptance guide your hands and mindfulness calm your soul's turbulence. Buddha's words reached beyond the farmer, resonating with all gathered in the grove, a shared awakening among disciples. The grove exuded serenity, its peaceful energy amplified by the resonating truths Buddha imparted within his teachings. The farmer rose, his spirit lighter, his burdens less daunting as he prepared to return to his family. Buddha watched him go, his gaze steady, his wisdom carrying through the wind to the farmer's departing steps. The disciples remained seated, their hearts awakened further by Buddha's teachings, pondering the simplicity within life's complexities. The farmer's footsteps faded into the distance, his journey now guided by the profound truths Buddha had revealed. The grove thrummed softly, its tranquility unbroken, as Buddha rested beneath the shade of the Bodhi tree. Another day, another woman arrived at Jetavana, her face pale with sorrow, her steps heavy with unbearable grief. Kisa Gotami knelt before Buddha, her trembling hands clutching the lifeless body of her only child. Master, she whispered, her voice breaking, I beg you, restore life to my child. I cannot bear this loss. Buddha regarded her with infinite compassion, his gaze steady and filled with understanding, his presence a haven for her despair. Kisa Gotami, Buddha said gently, to lift this sorrow, you must first bring me mustard seeds from a household untouched by loss. Kisa Gotami's eyes filled with a flicker of hope as she rose to her feet. Clutching her child closer, she ventured into the village, knocking on doors and pleading for mustard seeds, her voice trembling with urgency. Each household she visited shared stories of their own grief, their own losses, their own unhealed wounds. A mother spoke of her husband lost to a flood, a father of his daughter claimed by illness in youth. Buddha knelt before her, his expression tender yet unwavering, as he reached out and placed a hand gently on her shoulder. Bring me a mustard seed, he said, his voice soft and clear. From a home untouched by death, she knelt before Buddha, her voice quieter but steadier than before. Master, she said, no home is free of sorrow. Grief is woven into the fabric of all lives. Buddha nodded, his eyes filled with compassion, his voice soft but steady. Kisa Gotami, you see now that your suffering is not yours alone. It is the human condition we all share. He gestured toward the stars beginning to appear in the darkening sky, their light faint but unyielding. Grief, Buddha continued, arises from attachment, from clinging to what is impermanent, believing it will remain unchanging against life's tides. Kisa Gotami's tears fell freely, yet her heart began to grasp the weight and meaning of Buddha's words. Master, how do I let go of this pain? How do I release the attachment to my child's presence? She asked. Buddha's gaze softened further, his voice flowing gently like the nearby river's currents. Letting go does not mean forgetting or forsaking love. It means holding your love lightly, understanding it is as transient as dawn's dew. Buddha reached toward a flower nearby, its petals delicate, its life fleeting yet beautiful in its brief bloom. Kisa Gotami, this flower does not mourn the fading light, for it has lived fully in the present moment. Buddha's hand released the flower, allowing it to sway gently in the evening breeze. Free from any grasp, life becomes overcomplicated when we resist its impermanence, turning our joys into chains that bind instead of blessings that free. Kisa Gotami listened intently, her pain not erased but softened, reshaped by the depth of Buddha's teachings. Master, Kisa Gotami said, her voice heavy yet clearer, How do I honor my child's memory while embracing this truth of impermanence? Buddha pointed toward the river. Its flow constant, its waters ever-changing yet eternally connected to the greater whole. Honor arises not from clinging to what has passed but by embodying the love and lessons your child brought. Kisa Gotami's hands loosened their hold on her child's body, her gaze following the gentle flow of the river with newfound understanding. Each moment lived, each bond formed, becomes part of the infinite flow of existence. Never truly lost, the disciples sat in silence, their hearts moved by Kisa Gotami's sorrow and the profoundness of Buddha's guidance. Buddha's voice resonated within the stillness of the grove, carrying wisdom that spoke to all present. Suffering teaches us the value of compassion, the shared journey of humanity, the thread that connects us to one another. He gestured toward Kisa Gotami, his eyes shining with both empathy and encouragement. Through your pain, you have learned that no soul walks this path alone. All hearts bear the weight of impermanence. Kisa Gotami bowed deeply, her heart heavy but no longer alone in its sorrow, her spirit touched by a glimmer of peace. Master, what becomes of the love we bear for those we lose? Does it fade like the setting sun? Buddha's smile held both wisdom and warmth, his gaze unwavering as he spoke. Love transforms. Kisa Gotami, it does not vanish but flows onward, enriching the world like the river enriches the soil. He placed a hand over his heart, his gesture simple yet profound. Love released from attachment radiates compassion, touching lives far beyond our immediate reach. Kisa Gotami wiped her tears, her breath steadier, her mind clearer as she absorbed the wisdom of Buddha's words. Master, can we truly find joy amidst life's inevitable losses and the shadows they cast upon our hearts? She asked. Buddha gestured toward the grove, its beauty magnified in the soft glow of the moon now rising above. Joy arises not from the absence of sorrow but from living mindfully, embracing both light and shadow as integral parts. He motioned toward the moon, its light constant even as it wanes and waxes in its eternal cycle. The disciples nodded in agreement, their spirits lifted by the harmony of Buddha's teachings and the stillness of the grove. Master, Kisa Gotami said, her voice quieter but resolute, I see now that simplicity lies in acceptance, not in escape. Buddha's expression radiated satisfaction, his voice tender yet firm. Acceptance is the doorway to simplicity, the key to liberating ourselves from suffering born of resistance and attachment. He gestured toward the grove's towering trees, their roots deep and their branches free, embodying balance and resilience. Learn from the trees, Kisa Gotami, rooted yet reaching, embracing the earth and sky equally. Kisa Gotami's gaze followed the tree's graceful sway, her heart quieting, her grief transforming into a profound sense of connection. Buddha rested his hands on his lap, his posture unshaken, his presence a living testament to the teachings he imparted. Kisa Gotami, your journey from sorrow to understanding reflects the path all beings walk, seeking peace amidst life's complexities. Buddha's words resonated deeply, their truth echoing within the hearts of every disciple gathered in the sacred grove. The evening deepened, its tranquility amplified by the harmony of shared wisdom and collective realization. Kisa Gotami bowed once more, her spirit lighter, her sorrow no longer an unbearable weight but a bridge to compassion. Buddha closed his eyes briefly, the stillness of his presence enveloping the grove in a profound sense of peace. The moon shone brighter, its light bathing the grove as if bearing witness to the timelessness of Buddha's teachings. Kisa Gotami rose to her feet, her steps steadier, her path illuminated by the wisdom she now carried within. The grove thrummed softly, its serenity unbroken, as Buddha rested beneath the Bodhi tree, a silent embodiment of life's enduring truths. The banyan tree stood as a silent witness, its roots and branches a testament to the teachings that would ripple through time. Thank you for watching. Buddha's teachings are always with you. Subscribe to our channel and we will see you in the next video.